All right, we are joined by driver of the number 4 Toyota in the NASCAR Camping World Truck Series for Kyle Busch Motorsports. We have John Hunter Nemechek. John Hunter, thank you so much for joining us today. I appreciate you joining the Pocono doubleheader media advance. We have a big race coming up here, the CRC Brake Lane 150 NASCAR Camping World Truck Series race. Been around this place before. What are you expecting out of the Pocono Raceway and the Tricky Triangle this weekend?
Hope another win. I hope we can add another win to our win column this year. We've been really fast. Everyone at Kyle Busch Motorsports has been working hard in the Toyota camp, and I'm just lucky enough to be able to drive the Toyota Tundras every single week. But Pocono, it's a fun racetrack. I enjoy being there. I enjoy racing there. I know having Kyle back in the 51 this week is extra incentive for us to go out and beat him. So right now the series is tied 2-2. We just got to go out there and get the job done.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. All right, next question for you comes from News from the Pits. We're talking about a little bit of your consistency on the track. What are a couple things that you see as your challenges this year and areas that you guys are going to be improving on as you work through these summer months onto the playoffs?
I think for us, we have really only had 2 or 3 not so good runs this year. When I say not so good, we're still in the top 10. So I think overall that's a really solid performance for our team. I feel like we've been really consistent. We just have to continue pushing and continuing to get better. I feel like overall the biggest thing for us is just continuing to improve our equipment and trying to continue to get better. Everyone at Kyle Busch Motorsports is working very hard. Everyone in the Toyota camp, TRD, we're all pushing for more. So hopefully we have a lot more to come before the playoffs start and once the playoffs start. I know leading the points right now by a solid points lead. Hopefully we can maintain that and go out and get this championship.
Made the decision to move to the Truck Series last year. Obviously seems to be working out just fine for you. What did you imagine that this was going to happen? Was this ever in your wildest dreams that you were going to have this much success? Obviously, going to an organization like Kyle Busch Motorsports, it's expected. But what's your thoughts on that move so far?
Yeah, that's why I came here. Hashtag here for wins. I knew it was going to be a great opportunity. I felt really confident in the equipment. Every time Kyle gets behind the wheel, he's winning races or finishing second. So the biggest thing for me was to get back to victory lane. I hadn't been to victory lane in 2 years. So having the success early on has definitely been nice. Hopefully we can continue that success and keep adding wins and leading laps and getting those stage points and stage wins as well.
And to that point, going back to that decision for you, how tough was it to make that decision, the transition to go where you went last year to this year?
Yeah, it was pretty tough being in the Cup Series and having an opportunity in the Cup Series is very valuable. But at the same time, I struggled as a driver and as a person last year. I'm not the type of guy that just wants to go out there and say that I'm a Cup Series driver. I want to be able to contend for wins, contend for championships, and know that I have a shot every single week that I show up. And definitely putting myself back in that spot this year has helped me grow. I'm happy. I'm smiling. I'm not frustrated. I'm not down on myself. It's been a really good year so far.
At that point, with the success that you had, kind of what's next in your mind? This is a question that came from the Checker Flag podcast. As you think, moving back up to Xfinity, Cup through the ranks, or do you see yourself exclusively maybe hanging out in the Truck Series for a couple more years?
Who knows? I'm focused on this year and continuing to try and better myself and trying to go win this championship. We have one thing on our mind, and that's to win races, win the championship, and just win, period. That's the biggest thing for us. So we just have to continue to push hard, continue to work. We can't slack off, can't let what we've been doing get ahead of us. And hopefully we can stay on track to have a very successful year like we've had so far.
Speaking of what's coming up, you obviously have a lot of different tracks coming up here on the NASCAR Camping World Truck Series schedule. With the success that you have been coming, does that make it any easier, or does it make it even harder to keep staying where you guys are?
The only one that I'm really concerned about is dirt race. I don't have a huge history on dirt, so that's going to be a tricky one for us, but we're putting a lot of effort into it. I've been doing a lot of studying, trying to learn as much as I can. Toyota has been a big help with that as well. So just have to have to try and do the best that we can do. But we want to win every single week, and I feel like we have a shot every single time that we go to the racetrack.
Speaking of your season so far, Eric Phillips, you've been working with him this season. What's it been like working with such a seasoned veteran and a guy who is so smart when it comes to building and calling the shots?
Yeah, being able to have Eric come back this year from the Cup Series has definitely helped me a lot. Being able to kind of pick his brain information-wise, things that he's seen. I mean, he's been around forever, I feel like, and continuing to add to his win column. We both had the same goal in mind, and that was to win races. And we had to put our best foot forward. I'm very confident in him, and I feel like he's confident in me to do the best of our ability at our jobs, and we have to stay kind of where we're at and continuing to work hard. It's a lot of hard work. He's one of the first ones at the shop and one of the last ones to leave every single day.
With all the success the number 4 truck has had, obviously when Kyle jumps in the truck and all your teammates, what are the type of things that go on behind the scenes to help you guys build your organization, continuing to move forward in such a positive direction?
I think Kyle has definitely been a huge help with that. Anytime he's behind the wheel, he's always asking for more, always wants to continue to get better. For myself, being able to have him as a boss, a friend, someone that I can ask questions to and try and pick his brain about, I feel like he's the type of guy that is going to shoot you straight, and he'll tell it to you how it is, whether you like it or not. I really like the way that he comes across, and if I mess up, I want to be told that I messed up and I need to do a better job, and that helps fuel me. So for me, it's everything that we can do to try and get better. But there's a lot of hardworking men and women at Kyle Busch Motorsports and in the Toyota TRD camp that put a lot of effort into the NASCAR Camping World Truck Series program to try and make it as successful as it has been.
Shifting gears here to Pocono Raceway, it's a little bit of a challenge and a unique layout here at the track. What are some of the biggest challenges from a competitor standpoint, especially in the truck series that you've run here before, with the tricky triangle with your 3 unique corners?
3 completely different corners, trying to get your truck set up for 3 different corners, trying to make the most speed. You have a super long straightaway, or 2 super long straightaways. So I think the biggest thing for us with no practice is just trying to start with the balance close. It's relatively a short race laps wise, not necessarily mileage wise, but a short amount of laps and a lot to do. For us, we kind of start a little bit deep in the field this week, I think. So have some work to do for us, but hopefully we can get up front and stay there.
The 3 starts here before. You have 1 top 5, 1 top 10. Lowest finish was a 13th. How do you improve on that with all that you've learned so far from racing 3 races here? Obviously, the last time you were on this track on the truck was 17, but Kyle's obviously won here before and dominated that race anytime he runs it. So what's it about this? What can you apply that you have from Kyle Busch Motorsports to what you've learned here, put them together for a successful weekend?
Well, our top 5 weekend, I think that was 2017. I actually lost the race to Christopher Bell in the closing laps. So that one hasn't gotten out of my memory yet. So hopefully being behind one of the Kyle Busch Motorsports Toyota Tundras will be a huge help for us. I know that Eric is going there with a game plan, and I know that Kyle is definitely very good there in any type of vehicle he's been in. Luckily, I think for myself, being able to run the Cup race last year helped me learn a lot, or the 2 Cup races for the doubleheader weekend definitely helped me learn a lot. So hopefully I can put all the experience up there with the notebook that I've been able to grow around that place.
A couple of years ago, you and I did a media advance, and you said, you know what, we need more laps at Pocono Raceway in the truck series. Well, we don't have that this year, but we do have 150 miles, so it's pretty much a shootout. Does that go into any of your strategy in terms of how small and concise that race is to try to get around this place and try to be up front the entire time?
Yeah, for sure. You have to make the right adjustments. You're not going to have a lot of opportunities to make adjustments. Normally that race goes green flag. Pretty much flag to flag other than the stages. So for us, it's going to be starting close and hoping that we have a good truck right off the bat. Don't make mistakes. Speeding on pit road there is one of the worst things to do. It's one of the longest pit roads that I feel like we go to, and it's not a good day when you do that. I've done it before.
Question for you. You just had enjoyed Father's Day as a new father. What was that like for you?
It was a lot of fun being able to enjoy your first Father's Day with Aspen and Taylor was pretty amazing. It's been cool to see her grow up so fast. She's 3 months now, so finally getting a personality. She's smiling, laughing. Actually rolled over for the first time this morning, so pretty neat stuff.
Hunter, I appreciate you taking the time out today. We wish you safe travels to Pocono Raceway this weekend, and we look forward to seeing you, my friend.
Thank you. I appreciate it.